Welcome to the Art of Precision on Gillette World Sport. Coming up today, we are in the rink with one of Germany's most successful ice hockey teams. Climbing the super boulder at Adidas Rockstars 2017. And mastering the art of the scooter.
My kind of style, I like to boost and go high and do technical things.
Now we're in Düsseldorf, Germany, to get a lesson in ice hockey from 8-time national champions DEG.
I'm Spencer Mahachik. I play for the DEG in the Dell Hockey League. Played about 10 years pro, 6 of them in North America, mostly in the AHL and a handful of games in the NHL. Ice hockey is obviously played on ice. It's 5-on-5 with the goalie. Usually you have about 20 guys per team, so some guys on the bench. The object obviously is to score goals, but also to defend. Physical game, fast game, you got to think quick. Obviously you got plays set in motion, but a lot of times in hockey, it's about reading and reacting. You can't really have set plays as much as this because you don't know what the other team's doing. It's not as much, like American football, where you have a set play and then the whistle goes and you set play again. It's more of a flow game. You need to wear a helmet. You got gloves. Puck's hard, so you don't want to take a puck to the hands. You got shoulder pads to defend when you get hit in the corners. Your hockey pants, also protective when you're falling and from pucks. Then you have your shin pads that you'd wear for protection again for pucks. And then obviously the main thing, your stick and your skates. Skates, what makes you go fast out there. Your stick is what makes you the money and scores you goals. Yeah, some people do white on the bottom. Some people do black. It's preference, no reason why. And then obviously some people shoot where you can see where it's curved this to the right. This is called a right-hand stick. Some guys shoot right, some guys shoot left. It's just some guys are more dominant that way. I'm a forward. I would say I'm a two-way forward, meaning that I like to be good on both ends of the ice. I like to play physical. I'm usually one of the guys that are in the corners battling and hitting and playing a rougher game. I'm a bigger guy, so I try to use that to my advantage. And then, I keep it basic around the net, as I would say, class myself as a power forward. So, keep it simple and bang goals in, but also be responsible in my zone to protect goals from going in my net. Obviously scoring, everybody likes to score goals, but for me, I like playing physical and winning the puck and doing stuff for the team, getting the puck for a guy. Making a nice pass for a guy to score a goal also feels really good, if you see how happy they get. So that's one of the things I enjoy as well.
I'm Matthias Niederberger, goalie of the DEG. Well, my job is obviously to stop the most pucks as possible. I think it's an important role in any sport, but especially in hockey, because it can change the momentum for the team, obviously into the favor and the opposite. What I try to do is keep the momentum on our side. It's a bit of everything. It's definitely always trying to see the puck and make sure that you can react to a puck. There's a lot of traffic and a lot of players. Everything's always moving, so you kind of have to always make sure you can have a response on what the opponent player is doing. It's very important for a goalie to track a puck properly. That means having the eyes always on the puck. Whether it's a pass or a shot, you have to track it all the way till you make the save. Other than that, it's a lot of positional stuff. The goalie position is very technical, and I think there's always little details you can improve, and that continues for the rest of the career.
For me, it's just fun. It's enjoyment. It's something as a kid, you grew up playing as a game, as fun, and now we get to do it as a job. We're pretty special and pretty lucky to be able to do that. Everybody's got their weaknesses and strengths, and you want to work on your weaknesses in practice. The finesse game is it's not for me really. I think a simple way is sometimes better. Sometimes finesses too much. Still try to work on your hands to get better every day, faster every day. Especially nowadays with hockey, it's getting faster and faster, so you want to work on that mostly in the summers. We got a lot of new guys, so it's a new system for everybody, new coach. Just working on that and trying to learn that, so it's second nature. We're working on our forward check, so how to go into the offensive zone when we're racing for the puck against the D. Also worked on some things in our zone when the other team has possession in our defensive zone, where to be and where to stand to defend. Every coach has got a little something different, but every coach has also got similarities, but you gotta learn those differences and get everybody on the same page. It's a big team game. You can't win hockey with one good player. You need a full team effort.
Next up, we take in the action at the 7th edition of Adidas Rockstars.
Over 80 elite athletes from 25 different countries were invited to the 2017 Adidas Rockstars, the annual IFSC Masters event which combines world-class bouldering with live music. A crowd of nearly 3,800 spectators filled Stuttgart's Porsche Arena to witness world and European champions, World Cup winners and national champions demonstrate why bouldering is considered one of the most difficult disciplines in sport climbing. In a competitive format, each climber needed to make it through the qualification, after which only the 6 highest ranked advanced to compete in a knockout stage, with the aim of reaching the head-to-head super final. In the women's super final, endurance helped Alex Puccio of the USA beat last year's champion Janja Garnbret to the buzzer. In the men's world number 1, Jong-Won Chon of Korea took on reigning Rockstars champion Tomoa Narasaki of Japan.
Love that!
Love that!
Love that! Little fist bump from both climbers, and Tomoa Narasaki is, oh my gosh, so fast. Power of the mantle now. Who's going to mantle first? Oh! Tomoa Narasaki launched himself up there.
Narasaki stunned the crowd, topping the boulder and claiming his second title in less than 16 seconds.
Next, we head to the UK to talk extreme precision with the 2017 Scooter World Champion.
If you see what scooters can actually do. I'm Dante Hutchinson, and I'm 17 years of age. I'm a scooter pro rider, and I'm world champion 2017. Scootering is just a thing that I love. When I was about 8 years old, I used to ride BMX. I was at my local skate park and I just see smaller kids riding the scooter. And riding BMX, it was quite hard, so I thought something's different, and yeah, it looked fun, so I carried it on. This pro scooter is custom made for me. They have holes in the deck to make it lighter. The bars are also lighter, so you can chuck around the scooter. They're stunt scooters. Bar spin, the deck spin, that's like the same with the BMX. There's a few styles like street, like grinds, rails, but my kind of style, I like to boost and go high and do technical things. You can do loads of flips, side flips, front flips, back flips. I've posted an Instagram clip. It's my signature trick. I called it the Dutch flip because it's Dante Hutchinson. There's loads of movements with your hands, your legs, and the scooter, it just flings about. I haven't seen anyone do it before. All the kids are loving it on my Instagram, so it's something new. I've just learnt double flares onto like wood. I've always wanted to do like a double flare tail whip, but that's just the overfear of doing the first flare whip and then trying to carry it on. It's just a bit scary. The only injury I've actually had is twice. Is when I split my chin open. That's all. On some of the weekends, I'm away like around Europe or away somewhere else, but practice mostly every day I can when I'm not tired.
Having already been crowned British champion twice, Extreme Barcelona 2017 saw Hutchinson making his mark on the world stage and being crowned world champion at only 16 years old.
It's always been like the dream to be world champion, and I've been watching so many videos like of the ex-world champions, and I've always like been, I wanna like compete against them. To win a competition, you should be doing consistency of tricks, use of part, diversity, difficulty, and that's all your points added on together. I was doing it with all my friends that I've met from around the whole world, so like it was fun, but it was like really tense to like battle against all your friends. It's all crazy. It's really tense when you see your name like either third, and then you see Dakota Chouette's like a big name, and then Jordan Clark. My family came over with me, so it was great to like them to experience it. It's crazy. That was the first time I brought them over to watch me ride, and they saw me win the world championship, so they were in tears. All my friends were crying. It's crazy. I was crying. Like, it's just emotional. I'm now the world champion. If it wasn't for my mum, I wouldn't be riding around on a good scooter, because it was her that used to take me places. If she didn't take me places, I wouldn't have got out there, and I'd just be a kid, just still playing football.
My proudest moment's got to be Barcelona. We just weren't expecting it. We were really happy with like 6th place, because the year before he was 8th. We just wanted him to progress a little bit more each year. I knew he was going to be world champion one day, but possibly 22, 23 years old. We weren't expecting it this year. It was crazy.
There's loads of riders I love. Ryan Williams, he's a tech god. He can do any flip, any street trick. He's an all-round trick guy. Clayton Lindley's just dropped a web edit too. Oh my God, that's just banger after banger. I love that guy. In 10 years, I'd like to see myself like Ryan Williams, to be honest. He's on $1 million contract, and that's just from a scooter. His dream come true, so I want to try and make my dream come true and just be like him, a millionaire, and riding his scooter for his job. If you like what you're doing, then keep going for it.
Still to come, our focus turns to individual bike setup with Team UAE and the penultimate Global Champions Tour stop of the season. Welcome back to Gillette World Sport. Coming up, the best jump-offs from the Global Champions Tour in Rome, and the best tricks from the Suzuki 9 Nights Freeride Mountain Bike Contest. Now we're with UAE Team Emirates to get a precise insight into the importance of personalized bike setup in road racing. Success in road cycling is dependent on a number of factors, and whilst technical setup is crucial to good results, first you must trust the team you're working with.
When you are racing, we're obviously in a very tight unit, and a lot of the time you do have to put a lot of trust into your fellow riders, because a lot of the time we can't actually see what's coming up. If you're in the middle of the peloton, your vision is pretty limited. Especially when it's raining, you've got to trust the guys in front of you, or if it's in crosswinds and everybody's in a line, everyone's trying to get out of the wind, but you're in that last inch of road. You can't see what's coming, and you're just hoping that they're doing what they need to be doing and they don't crash, because if they crash in front of you, then you've got nowhere to go. So having that trust in your colleagues and stuff, it's really important.
The team work hard to make sure each rider has the perfect bike setup for their riding style and physique, working closely with mechanics to maximize performance.
It's really important for the rider to have their say. I think the bike is your tool, and we're going down descents at 100k an hour plus at times. We're going over cobblestones, tight corners, slippy corners, especially in the rain, so it's all different. If we all rode the same tyre pressure, one person might not like that tyre pressure, so there's a lot of people that have different preferences.
On the bike setup, of course, I have like a bigger bike. For that reason, I'm taking more wind in the peloton. I always try like to have an aerodynamic position, so maybe my back is more flat than the other riders. I think so. But I think like the height is like it's okay. I'm taller than the others, but because of my extra centimeters, I have more weight, and for the climbs that can sometimes be hard. So I would say it's more about my extra kilos than my extra height. Yeah.
Some guys can just get on the bike and ride, whether it's the saddle's a little bit different or whatever, whereas I'm sensitive to position change, so even if my saddle's been changed by a mill or something, I can kind of feel it. So I probably speak to the mechanics a little bit more and always check in and making sure that everything's good. And I think they appreciate that. They know that they're doing their job properly and they have the trust, or they've got my trust, and vice versa. You know, it's an important relationship to have.
This is the top rider, and for me, for the team, the safety is the most important for all. The brake is very important. The glue for the tire is important. The position of the rider is important. This is very, very important for all.
We work with guys that specialized in bike fittings, but usually you do that in the start of the season, and then you have one bike setup, and you say to the mechanics, I want the bike like that and that. Usually for the whole season it's the same, so you don't change that much. Okay, if you have a small problem, you say the mechanic, could you please lower or more higher the saddle, but it's not so big differences during the season.
Next up, we're at the penultimate round of action in the 2017 Longines Global Champions Tour.
Riders were surrounded by the ancient sporting heritage of Rome at the 14th leg of the season as they competed in the unique Stadio dei Marmi for a third consecutive year. After dramatic qualifying rounds, which saw many of the riders fail to go clear, a three-rider jump-off meant Flying Dutchman Harry Smulders made history by securing the Global Champions Tour title even before the final event. The battle for the Rome title, however, was still wide open, and the final jump-off presented Markus Enning of Germany with the hardest task of setting the time to beat.
And now a long way, take out fence 12. Gallop down to this fence here. A huge vertical. That's waiting to be had, isn't it? And a real gallop here. He had to do it. He had to chance it with Harry right behind him. But that has opened the door now.
Harry Smulders returned to the ring without a need for overall points, but knowing a safe clear would put him in first or second.
Takes his time up there.
He's moving, he's not racing.
No, he's going middle of the road. Exactly what I thought he would do. Sensible.
Ooh. Breathe in.
He'll jump the last. He's just got to keep him off this. Look, he's holding him off it, holding him off it. Oops, jumps it. This is a good horse.
Nearly there.
Steady, Harry. Quiet the crowd. Now then, well done.
Nearly there. 52.43. He is clear.
The pressure was well and truly on the young shoulders of Swedish talent Evelina Tovek in what would be the toughest jump-off of her career.
Good shot. 6, 7, turn. Come on. There's the time to beat. Good girl. Up. Come on, hold him. Good girl,
over a second up.
52.43. She surely got him, hadn't she?
She should have done. She should have done, and she has done.
Yes!
50.71.
The crowd were on their feet as the duo stopped the clock over a second faster than Smulders and her biggest career win to date. But the celebrations truly belong to Harry Smulders, making history with overall tour victory even before the final leg has played out.
Time now to take a look at the videos making the social headlines. Pro surfers Kalani Robb and Ivan Florence were among the riders at the Surf Ranch in California, testing out the world's longest rideable man-made wave. The World Surf League announced it will host its first public event there in 2018. Alvaro Morata netted his first Premier League hat trick for Chelsea before showing off these chewing gum keepy-ups. Four-time major-winning golfer Rory McIlroy was also working on his soccer skills as he responded to an Instagram challenge from Cristiano Ronaldo to share his best trick. Golf trick shot artist Micah Morris wowed his Instagram followers by pulling off this hole-in-one. Carmelo Anthony was greeted by fans of the Oklahoma City Thunder after completing his blockbuster trade from the New York Knicks. Swedish BMX rider Emil Johansson hit the ramps while in Canada. Extreme athlete Chris McDougall shared this amazing drone footage of a group wingsuit jump. Former heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis swapped his boxing gloves for a shot put as he attempted a throw while visiting athletes at the Invictus Games in Toronto. And finally, Drew Brees' pre-game rallying cry inspired the New Orleans Saints their first win of the NFL season against the Carolina Panthers.
Let's come together and get a win today. Win on three, 1, 2, 3, win!
Finally this week, we're dropping in at the Suzuki 9 Nights Freestyle Mountain Bike Contest in South Tyrol.
Italy's northernmost province welcomes some of the world's best mountain bikers for a week of athlete-driven progression and competition. Some incredible accomplishments pushed the limits of freeride mountain biking over the week, including Nikolai Rogatkin of the USA landing a never-before-done 1080 twister on a downhill bike.
Oh, yes! Let's go!
In the last 25 minutes of a 99-minute jam format, the slopestyle bike category saw current freestyle mountain bike world champion Emil Johansson of Sweden put down 6 never-before-landed tricks, including a flip bar to tuck to bar to can-can and a flip quint bar spin. The array of new flip combinations meant Johansson beat Italian Diego Cavazzassi, whose front flip Superman and cash roll on the send-off kicker earned him second place. Meanwhile, in the downhill bike category, Brit Sam Reynolds, who served as course designer for the last 2 editions, performed an impressive array of tricks, including a Flintstone and a super seat on the kicker to take first place. Besting Nico Scholzer of Germany, whose tricks, including a backflip heel kicker on the Big Bertha, took second, and Austrian course builder Clemens Caldella, who took third.
I got second last year, and yeah, to win this year is kind of unexpected, and yeah, all the hard work for the building is extra special now. Suzuki 9 Nights is special because it's sort of, whilst the contest is important, it's more important about everyone riding together, making a good video and getting really cool pictures. So it's kind of the only time in the year that we're actually riding together as a team, and that's much more fun to me.